people's life and perceptions of people, and they don't really have a backstory on that, or they're just creating nicks and crannies and pieces of things they see online or something you said or you did. And I say that because I know too, just even with this podcast, people like to take nooks and crannies of things I say or do on the pod, and they like to be like, oh, this might be going on. Like, for instance, last week's topic. Oh, this might be going on in this person's life. It's like, look, I can come up here and talk about relationship stuff. Do me and Femi have a bad day or a bad week? Fuck yeah. But do we have good weeks and good days? Hell motherfucking yeah. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean a relationship is crumbling or anything like that. You know, people like to make so many perceptions. I'm big on that. I do that a lot. I just want to say that. And I'm trying to learn to stop doing that because I don't know people. And I'm going to tell y'all exactly why I wanted to talk about this topic. Number one, because I was learning about perception. But then I thought about it on a bigger scheme in two different ways. But one of those ways I won't talk about because that's too big of an idea. But anyway, the other day, I went out with my mother to, why did we go out? Oh, I needed to pick up the, what's that stuff called? What's the word for that? Body wash, mouthwash, toothpaste, all that good stuff. I forgot what that's called. I'm getting tight. But anyway, I picked up all of that stuff, but I picked it up from BJ's. I like to buy my stuff big and in bundles because it just lasts longer and it just saves you time from going to the store or whatever. And we did it the first time we moved here, and it just ran out. Like, all that stuff I bought just ran out, and we moved here in July. So I was like, definitely got to do that again. But she got the BJ's card link up, so I had to pull up. So while we were there, when it was time to check out, there was a guy there, and we were doing self-checkout, and the self-checkout was acting kind of funny. And the guy was with his mom or somebody he was in a relationship with. I thought it was his mother because she looked kind of older than him. My mother said she did ask his girlfriend. I'm just like, girl. Anyway, so he was getting kind of mad. He was getting aggressive. Like, he was like, yo, y'all going mad hard. Think niggas is stealing. Like, this shit is stupid. Like, do y'all job. Like, help us fix the thing. Like, we trying to check out and shit acting funny. Granted, y'all know very well I worked at retail, so I just hate when people be fucking up on the self-checkout. Like, that should be blowing my high. But what I will say was the checkout at BJ's that day was shaky. Like, when you was putting a certain amount of stuff on the conveyor belt, it would say stop, take all your stuff off the conveyor belt. And the issue with that, I don't know why they do that. I don't know why. The issue with that though is you get confused as to what you scanned and what you didn't scan. So it was like you got to take all your shit off the conveyor belt and then continue scanning the other stuff. So it was just stupid. So I don't know if it was something wrong with the checkout or if that was their intent. But anyway, this guy, he was just being very aggressive. He was African American, and he was giving a little hood. You feel me? But this is my thing. So then my mother was like, oh my God, he is crazy. He probably be abusing her. Da da da. And I was like, I need you to stop. And let me tell you why. I know now, I want to be clear. He could have been abusive for all I fucking know. You know, he could be abusive, he could be crazy, and you could be right. But my thing is like, you don't really know nobody's situation. You don't really know what nobody's going through, and you don't really know why people act like that. He could, just because he's acting angry because he's frustrated that the conveyor belt or whatever the fuck, the shit is acting crazy and he's getting attitude and he dresses a certain way, it doesn't mean he's abusive. Or I mean, he might be a little crazy, but you know, it doesn't mean that. People forget to think about people's life, people's upbringing, people's situation, and I'm so big on that because if sometimes people just take the time to think about what this person may or may not have been through, maybe things could be handled differently. You get what I'm saying? Instead of creating a perception or placing a certain thing, a certain idea on somebody. And the thing that pisses me off with black people doing that is because y'all get mad when the police perceive a black man as abusive, or he's gonna shoot me, or he's gonna kill me, but y'all do the same shit every day to a black man. You get what I'm saying? And the reason why I said that was because I told my mother, like, I feel like you don't know if he's abusive. Maybe this is a trigger for him. Maybe he's so used to, like, you know how like sometimes people get frustrated when things are not working right? Like maybe he started feeling some type of way that the lady had to keep coming and checking on them. Especially as black men, whenever they go somewhere, sometimes people automatically think they stealing, especially when you dress a certain way or look a certain way. And so, or maybe he did go to jail before and he went to jail for stealing and he didn't even steal. at some point. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Or maybe he's upset because he just feel like people think he's dumb because the person has to keep coming back to his conveyor belt. Well, it's not that serious. Maybe you just maybe your shit is fucked up. It's so many varieties. It could be a deeper reason why he's getting so angry, and it doesn't correlate with him being abusive. And I just get annoyed that we like to like kind of put labels on people, not just men, but all of us in general. Another thing I was thinking about too is like just perception, and you just finished watching a clip from a podcast called Brit Says The Podcast, BRITTSAYS. If you want to watch that full episode, you can click right up here. And if you want to stream and listen to Brit Says The Podcast, it is available on all DSPs such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, DEEZER, iHEARTRADIO, anything you can imagine. You'll find Brit Says The Podcast. So go ahead out, listen, leave a review, and 5 stars. And while you're here, subscribe to my channel.